Hello YouTube, Damo_23 here and welcome back to another episode of Can We Do Better Than Ange. In today's episode, it'll be the FA Cup semi-final versus Norwich City, which you can see on the screen. In also today's episode, we're going to be recapping some results and looking at how we're setting ourselves up for the final run in towards the end of the season. And it really could be a fantastic year because we could be looking at a top 4 finish and an FA Cup trophy. If you have been enjoying the content, give it a like, do subscribe to the YouTube channel, and without further ado, let's go and have a look what you guys have missed since the last episode. Nothing. It's only been 2 days. Today, we are going to look at playing as many games as possible before we play Norwich as well. I know that I was looking at maybe playing Arsenal and Newcastle, but this FA Cup run is definitely taking priority right now because it is a serious shot of making a final at Wembley. We've already made it to Wembley. We should be making the final at Wembley and thus be playing Liverpool for a trophy. And it would be pretty cool in Season 1 to do that because that means we've done better than Ange. In terms of everything else that's going on, obviously, if you look at our development centre here and our youth intake and candidates, we have signed, obviously, a couple of the youngsters here as well, but still, Mikey is our best prospect. On top of that as well, there's not much else really to write home about, so sit back, enjoy, and when you see me in a second, we've played some games, we've got some results, hopefully, that have been very good at keeping us inside the top 4, and we are at Wembley against Norwich with a chance to make an FA Cup final. Well, YouTube, our semi-title hopes have just taken a dash. We've got absolutely FM, but Arsenal at home. We have lost 1-0. This is the first game that we've conceded in 9. We actually, prior to this game, have kept 10 clean sheets in 11 matches. An own goal is what separates us. They had, at one point, one shot, no on target for a goal, and that is it. We had 11 shots, 3 on target. We just ran out of legs, to be fair. I do think this shouldn't be an own goal, because it looks like Van der Ven that might have been creeping on target, but because it's come off his foot, the game's given it as an own goal. Just a really hard one to lose to Arsenal there. That means we've lost home and away. We lost 3-2 at the Emirates. We've lost 1-0 at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, which is not particularly good. And if you look at the supporters, they're absolutely disappointed that we weren't competitive against Arsenal. However, Arsenal, with that win, currently go top of the Premier League. And if you look at the title fight, I know Arsenal winning that probably rules us out of probably catching them. But, you know, before that game, 71.65, there was an element. Obviously, I'll cut back after the Newcastle game as well, but the big ticket item, of course, is still Norwich away from home. Well, at Wembley, I should say. So it is away from home. But Norwich, Wembley, be a big game. I'll see you guys in a second for that. And against Newcastle, YouTube, we just won 3-1. A fantastic performance. We did concede inside 3 minutes to our Miron, which was not particularly great. Poor keeping here from Vicario, just lets this go under him. I've started to see this a bit now where keepers just don't get down. But our goals have been pretty good. Brennan Johnson scoring. Every time this guy starts up front for us, he's been massive. Killian with the ball here. Son, through to Johnson, onside. Great finish, side netting. Brilliant. We then had Romero score from a long throw workaround. Because of Udogi's injury, we've been getting Killian the long throw because he's got 16 long throws. Johnson cuts it, Romero's in the box because of the long throw, and we score. And then, of course, with the last one here, the winner was Gnonto. But look at the run from Maddison here. Great build-up play. Maddison getting nice and high because we got Killian playing inverted wing-back. But Gnonto right now should just slip in this ball to Maddison who goes one-on-one. Instead, he shoots, takes a deflection. Pope probably should do better. We win 3-1, which is huge. If you have a look at what that does for us, as I tell them that was a very good win, boys. Also, some picked up a knock, but should be fine. It puts us in a very good position in the league table where Man United do have 2 games in hand, but it puts us at 68 points. It just puts us floating around that if people start dropping points for him, within striking distance. And that's all that matters. Next time we're going to see each other is going to be for this Norwich City. Norwich City? What the This Norwich City, I can say that. This Norwich FA Cup semi-final with David Magnus doing charts. Let's see how we go. Okay, YouTube, here we are. Wembley, FA Cup semi-final against Norwich. Let's start with them first and see how they're going this year. They currently sit 5th in the championship, as you can see from here on the table, on 69 points. Leeds are coming straight back up. Southampton look pretty much nailed to do the same with Leicester pretty close. You would imagine they're going to come through. Shout out to Swansea, who's having a pretty good year as well. The recent form's been not too bad, as you can see there. Only losing to Stoke recently and getting a point off Leicester. Let's go and have a look at their FA Cup run. They beat Swansea in a replay, Palace 6-3, QPR 5-0 and Stoke. So they have played, apart from Palace who are fighting relegation in the Prem, they haven't played a big team yet. So they've had a pretty dream run having Norwich City. With that being said as well, let's go and discuss our last game that you guys just saw. We beat Villa 2-0 at Villa Park. Let's watch the goals here quickly. I can't rule myself out of the title fight, just in case City lose their next game. It also so happens we play City on the second to last final day, or the penultimate day of the season. Anyway, Brendan Johnson, smart play here to cut it to Maddison, 1-0, and then we score one later on through Pedro Porro, and we recycle here, and we get the pull back, and then in the end, Porro finds Gnonto, and a great finish from Gnonto, who's starting to find his goal-scoring feet here at Spurs. If you look at the table, City have a game in hand. They would go 9 points clear if they won. Now, if they lose this game, all of a sudden things become congested. And we play City in 2 matches' time, and that is definitely your next episode, is Manchester City at home, with the potential of that deciding we're finishing top 4, 5th, or we are fighting for the title, or maybe even finishing 2nd, depending on results. In terms of the team here today, Romero is suspended for the semi-final due to a few things. Phillips is going to come in and start, but he might not be fit enough to stay, so Eric Dyer will make the bench. And Gnonto, of course, is still cup-tied, so you guys will see Solomon make the bench as well. Now, it is the cup. Fraser Forster is a very good player, and I am going to be true to my word and allow Fraser to play as the cup goalkeeper. If we make the final, Vicario will play the final. I'm telling you that right now. The team is Forster, Porro, Phillips, Van der Ven, Killian, Basuma, Bentancur and Maddison, Kulusevski, Son and Brendan Johnson, who has loved playing up front with the big boys. Let's see how we go here against Norwich. And we'll also, if we win this game, we'll stay live enough to see what happens against Liverpool. Links down below to come follow us live on Twitch. We, of course, are live. Give me a shout out, boys, where you think we're going to finish this season and where the FA Cup and if we're going to make it to the final. Pretty standard Norwich City lineup from what it looked like there very quickly and briefly. I was talking to my Twitch chat. I know that there was gun and goal and Sargent was up front, and you can tell by his red herring game. It's also got a set piece for Maddison before I can read their team out. Maddison goes short to Kulusevski, test the keeper, test gun, and it's just over the bar, but it actually took a deflection off Welch. So an early corner here. We've been good from set pieces. And Son to whip. The whippage of Son. No header, unfortunately. It's going to be another corner. And good early pressure at Wembley. It's a packed house. It's always nice seeing a championship side make a run. It's just nice that we have Birmingham as well. There was a well that we drew Liverpool, right? And the winner of that would play a championship side in the final. Their team is Gunn, Stacey, Duffy, Gibson, McCullum, McLean, Gibbs, Rowe, Welch, Losadia, and Sargent. Son, ball in, cleared away from McLean, only as far as Son, and we know how good he can be. He might even go for goal himself here, Son. Doesn't, because he's lost the ball. A long clearance, only as far as Basuma. And Basuma has Vicario, he has options inside, and he finds Mickey Van der Ven. Back to Forster, not Vicario, apologies. Phillips. Pedro Porro. Down this right-hand side, on a run he goes. Poor touch. Lacking quality, this highlight here. We squeeze, it's a mistake, it's Brendan Johnson, it's straight at gun. 30 minutes in, we probably should be 1-0 up and we're not. 6 shots already inside 20 minutes. 7 shots make that. And it's still 0-0. Basuma. Killian. Drives inside. Basuma again. Finds Bentancur. Great football. That halfback dropping is fantastic. Maddison, what a run from deep. James Maddison. Oh, it's flicked the outside of the post and wide. What football. But it still is 0-0. Kulusevski to whip from the other side. Cleared away. Mickey Van der Ven. Dejan Kulusevski. Phillips. Kulu. Bentancur. Porro. Phillips. Killian dropping into the inverted wing-back roll. Oh, what a save from Gunn. Follow-up from Son. Was he onside? What a hit from Killian. What a save from Gunn. But it's fallen to Son. And it is given. And we lead 1-0. What a highlight. What a moment. We lead 1-0 in the FA Cup semi-final. Phillips to Killian. One touch. What a strike. What a save from Gunn. And in the end, it is still 1-0 because Son has put it in the back of the net while the keeper is on the floor. What a hit from Killian and what fingertips from Gunn on a 7, as you can see from his match rating. Even though in the actual 3D highlight, it looked like it might have just went over him. But there we go. Approaching halftime, Phillips was always going to only play 45 here. We lead 1-0, but there's a highlight. And it's Rowe. And it's a moment. Killian fouls his man. The referee pays advantage or doesn't give it. That was cynical and we've got away with it. Son now. This would be pretty cool on Norwich. Madison knows how to hit him. Oh, what a 1-2. Oh, what a 1-2. It's 2-0. Questions will be asked of the referee. Son has a brace in the FA Cup semi-final. It was cynical. Can we see it in the actual highlight itself? Yeah, okay. Killian has assaulted him, but referee has, for whatever reason, forgot he could blow a whistle. And in the end, the 1-2 here from Son and Madison is sublime. Son down this left-hand side. Madison, first time back to Son, and a very good finish, far corner. We lead 2-0. I feel a little bit sorry for Norwich there because they have been done by the referee. But as things stand, we're into the FA Cup final. We need to bring off Phillips for Eric Dyer. I actually think this is not a bad game to give Porro a little bit of rest for Michael as well. I think that's not the worst thing to do here. Seems confused and demotivated. I don't know how. Why? I would be raging very hard. The footy manager's got it right in the chat. Row back stick, cleared away, only as far as Stacey. Norwich getting up the field, deflected. Forster gets fingertips onto the post. It was a wicked deflection. Still only 2-0. McLean. Whippage ball. Duffy heads. And it's wide. A moment for Norwich to get back into it. Mercifully, was not found. Corner down the other end though. Heung-min Son. Whips one in there. Cleared away. Only as far as Kulusevski. Heung-min Son. Driving. Beats one. Wants a hat-trick. Goes for goal. He hits the post. He went near stick. Should have went far corner, but that's fine. In the end, they just deal with it. We're also here with the amount of control we have. Going to get stuck in off. There's no need for any unnecessary tackles or yellow/red cards. 60 minutes played. We are 2-0 up. This is a very, very, very big call. I think we're home. And I think Son off for Tammy right now is a very smart move. Will the game bite me in the bum for doing that? Maybe. But I do think that is just a very smart move, knowing that we got Premier League games and a top 4 title fight to fight with. Van de Ven doesn't win that one. Dyer, oh my God, Dejan Kulusevski just put this game to bed. A side volley of dreams with his left foot into the top bin, and Norwich have been dismantled. An absolute thunderbolt from Dejan Kulusevski. The technical volley of dreams. Just picked that out. It actually hit gun and went into the top bin. I thought it just naturally went there. Alright, I'm in 68 minutes playing now. I'm going to bring on a few more kids. Dario's going to come in for Basuma. And we already made 4 changes there. Talisca for Kulusevski. Yeah, we'll do it. And we'll get Talisca on there too. Who's not a kid. He's 29, but he's been really, really good for us. Off the bench. With that being said, we're motoring to the final. It looks like we're in a very good spot. 80 minutes played. 3-0 to the good. And we're about to be in an FA Cup final. Michael Talisca. Bentancur. Michael Coyote. Loses out there. Wins it back though. What body from the Italian. Johnson. Brennan Johnson on the run. Oh, beating men at will. Gets in the box. He was pulled back. Surely that's a pen. That was cynical. Madison's going to have a chance for 4. I think Pekarik has just lost his mind here, and that will be a penalty. What? I'm sorry, but I know this game's over. There is no way he's not in the box here. Huh? Even if we say contact's there, you can see he's just inside the area. But main contact is here. Huh? My hand's even up in shock. I don't know what it's doing here. Hello. Anyhow, it doesn't really matter. But, yeah, that's a pen. And if it's not a pen, he's just been licked and it's a goal scoring opportunity. It should be a red card. But anyhow. Dario, Van de Ven, Madison. Oh, the football's sublime. Killian, that's a bad touch. The football was good until Killian decided to leave it behind. Joe, forces B. We have conceded to Norwich in the 92nd minute. Norwich have got their goal at Wembley, and you know what? Most times I would complain. Have your fun, Norwich. I'm glad your supporters got to celebrate here, because it's no fun if you go to Wembley and not score. Forster, if he was about 5 years younger, would have swept it up. And in the end, it's going to be finishing Spurs 3, Norwich City 1. We are off to an FA Cup final in Season 1, and just maybe we are going to do better than Ange, because I don't know if Ange is going to win the FA Cup in real life, but I know we have an opportunity to. Now, look, lads, I'm going to send the assistant. I normally would do that. Liverpool play on Sunday. Can Birmingham City do us a favour so I don't have to face Liverpool in the final, the boys I support? Come on. Birmingham City, do us a favour. Can they? I doubt it. Liverpool 1-2-0. McAllister 2 goals. They dominated. They dominated. Okay. We have Liverpool in the FA Cup final. That is going to be one of your episodes moving forward, is the FA Cup final against Liverpool at Wembley. And a big old game. But next episode, it is going to be Manchester City at home, which they've won, so I highly doubt we're winning the title here. But Manchester City at home in a game that will decide if we're finishing 4th or 5th. And it technically could be the difference between Champions League and Europa League football. However, at the moment, England are second in the coefficients table, which means we would get Champions League football finishing 5th. But there is a world where they don't finish 5th, they finish second, in coefficient, they finish 3rd, and it means that it's only the top 4. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for checking it out. Have a great day, and give it a like, subscribe. Bye.